Hello! In this video I will highlight 3 cards from New Capenna that goes really well together and absolutely shines together with other cards in my newly constructed Grixis Commander Deck, rocking Kess Dissident Mage as its commander. If you like this video, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you. First card up is Comedia, Glamour Thief. She's a 1 colorless, blue, black and red casting cost. She's a 2/4 with haste. So far so good, not so much to talk about. But what makes her shine is her 2 second abilities here. The first ability is her ability to spend 1 colorless mana and tap, and then add a blue, a black and a red source and spend this mana only to cast instant and or sorcery spells. What this in effect does is that if you add this up, because she has haste, her casting cost is actually only 1 colorless mana and 1 colorless mana to activate her, and then you can use those 3 colored mana 1 more time to cast spells. I think that's pretty good. Also, another thing, when she dies, you may return up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. This is going to be really great later on, but more on that later. The other card is Maestro's Charm. Maestro's Charm is a good versatile card. It's an instant and it costs a blue, a black and a red. You can choose one between 3 modes. You can look at the top 5 cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. This is really good, taken in conjunction with Comedia. So you can sack her, and then if you fill your graveyard with good spells, you can take one of those spells up in your hand, which makes this actually draw 2 cards together with her. Or each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life, or Maestro's Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or player, planeswalker. So it's a versatile card, but the good ability that I'm using it for in this deck is its ability to fill my graveyard with potential good spells. Last card up from New Capenna, Maestro's Ascendancy. It's an enchantment, a cost of black, a blue and a red. Maestro's Ascendancy says, once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard by sacrificing a creature in addition to paying its other costs. If a spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. So this means that you can actually use Maestro's Charm to cast 1 spell in your graveyard. Then you sack Comedia. Comedia lets you return a spell from your graveyard to your hand. So you cast a spell and get a spell right back into your hand. So these cards from New Capenna, I think they rock. They're really, really good together. Other cards worth mentioning in this context from New Capenna is also Maestro's Theater. When it comes into play, you must sacrifice it. When you do, you may search your library for a basic island, swamp or mountain card and put that card onto the battlefield tapped. Then you shuffle your library and you gain 1 life. It helps with the mana problems because we are running a 3 color spell deck. Another card is Santa's Lounge. Santa's Lounge comes into play tapped, but it can you can use it to make either of the manas you need in this deck. And it has cycling 3 in case you need a new card in your hand. Another spell in the Maestro's colors. I know it's not from New Capenna, but in case you have it, and I did, just lying around, Grixis Charm. It works much like the Maestro's Charm. It's an instant spell, costs the same amount of mana as the Maestro's Charm, and you can choose one, return target permanent to its owner's hand, destroy target non-black creature, it can't be regenerated, or destroy target artifact. But I want to sling those spells, and how I'm going to do that? I am using Kess Dissident Mage as my commander in this commander deck. Kess has this ability. During each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. If a card cast this way would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So she works much like the Maestro's Charm, but you don't have to sacrifice anything to use her ability. That is in effect making you able to cast your spells 2 times, and I think this is so fun. Speaking of the Maestro's Charm again, since we are a spellslinger deck, we don't have that many creatures, so it can't be troublesome for the Maestro's Charm to work each time because we need to sacrifice stuff. To fix this problem, we're running Shahili, Sublime Artificer, Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless server artifact creature, and we're running Young Pyromancer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 red elemental creature token onto the battlefield. These are excellent sacrifice fodder. Just sack those little creatures and cast more spells. Okay, here comes the icing on the cake. We are running Double Vision. Double Vision is an enchantment, cost 3 colorless mana and 2 red. It says, whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So, let's say we cast Time Warp. Time Warp is a sorcery spell, cost 3 colorless and 2 blue. It says target player takes an extra turn after this one. So if we have Double Vision down and we cast Time Warp, we get 2 turns. Then on our next turn, we sacrifice Comedia, maybe to the Maestro's Charm. Then we can cast something else too. But we sacrifice Comedia. Then we take Time Warp back on our hand. We cast it again. Take 2 turns one more time. Then, next turn, we use Kess's ability to cast a spell from our graveyard. We cast Time Warp one more time, copy it with Double Vision, and take an extra turn. So this in effect gives us 6 extra turns. And if we haven't won by that, we don't deserve to win. To keep us safe, we have Propaganda. Propaganda is an enchantment, costs 2 colors and a blue. It says creatures can't attack you unless the controller pays 2 for each creature he or she controls that's attacking you. So we're hiding behind a wall of payment to attack us. Another card that can help us to gain the advantage and control our opponent is War's Toll. War's Toll is an enchantment, costs 3 colorless and a red. It says whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, tap all lands that player controls. If a creature an opponent controls attacks, all creatures that opponent controls attacks if able. So this in effect, whenever they spend their mana, we empty their mana pool, and they, of course, they can still use it, but we decide when they can use it actually, because if they use mana to cast a creature spell, we empty their mana pool, and they can use that to cast more creature spells, but then they can't attack us because that mana will drain when we come to the combat phase. Also, if they want to attack us with 1 creature, they need to attack us with every other creature they have if able. And if they can't pay for it, they can't attack us. So these 2 cards can really lock down an opponent. So if you have those lying around, use them. It's really fun. So thanks for watching. And if you like this video, considering subscribing to our channel and wait for the deck list.